All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Let's go, baby, let's go!
From a championship backfield to your morning drive.
Hands to Hester, and Hester, yep, got it, 5 out of 5!
You're locked in to Off the Bench.
Flynn is back to throw from the end zone. Boom!
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, here's Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
So welcome in, OTB, here on this Tuesday morning.
Let's go.
If you want it, you can get it. Let me know. That was the great Trick Daddy that said that. Jake, Flynn, Alondra, Tay-Tay, all here with you on this Tuesday morning.
Chew.
Got a little energy this morning. I'm glad to be here.
The juice
It's
is
no
a lot
longer
higher
Monday.
than yesterday.
Well,
Juice is low for the first
Monday
hour.
after a long extended break, after a holiday, it's a tough show.
Yeah.
It's a tough show. Wasn't feeling the best. You know what, though? You got some medicine in me. Got a Tuesday, not a Monday in me.
Got a little medicine?
We got media days on the horizon. We get a chance to get boots on the ground, hang out with the brethren. Feeling pretty good.
Good, yeah.
yeah.
I told y'all yesterday. Yesterday was one of those days where, I usually have a little trouble with this, but I just couldn't find some words yesterday. I was looking for them.
You were
man,
like
I'm-
Indiana Jones searching for his next prize.
I was like, man, I'm smart enough. I know these words. Just can't find them. They're locked back in there in my brain somewhere.
Can
We're
I
good.
count the number of breaks? When we took commercial break, you were walking out of the room, you're like, guys, words are hard today.
Words are tough. Words are tough. Good thing. I don't have a job on radio because words are tough sometimes.
Sometimes you're searching. Sometimes you're trying to find it. You know what you want to say. You want to use maybe a word that's a little bit bigger outside of your norm, outside of your comfort zone.
Yep.
And that word
Yep.
just keeps escaping you. It's just like it just continues to run away from you.
Yeah, those big words sometimes, they're elusive.
Sometimes they don't have to be big. Sometimes they can be everyday words.
But we're
Just
here.
any
We
word.
made it.
Any word would work.
Day 2. Tuesday.
How we feeling? You
Oh,
good?
yeah.
I'm great. I feel really good.
All right.
Yep. Woke up with a little bounce in my step this morning.
Yeah.
We had a good
So
evening.
wait, I was asking you before the show, right, about Tour de France because it started this weekend.
Yeah.
And so then I look it up just to get more info. One of them crashed and is out the race.
Yeah. So
he's in the hospital.
yeah. So
That's crazy.
There's lots
Tour
of
de France is heating up.
Is it one of the guys you were telling us about?
It's
No.
Jasper
well, then
Philipson.
we're not worried.
yeah.
Oh,
Ooh,
Jasper.
he broke his collarbone.
So these guys.
Classic Jasper.
So these
Classic
bikers.
Jasper move there.
These bikers have really strong legs, but their upper body's really frail.
Yeah.
So if they fall like
That's it.
a minimum of 6 inches off the ground, their
Yeah.
collarbones just snap.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, so Jasper Philipson, one of the top sprinters. I think he won
He was
4 or
60
5.
kilometers away from the finish.
Yeah, it's wild. He won stage 1, actually. So if you
Oh,
win stage 1
man.
of the tour, you automatically get the yellow jersey for the next
Right.
day, and that's the sign, the maillot de jaune of the leader of the Tour de France. So a lot of times a sprinter, which Jasper Philipson is, a sprinter will get the yellow jersey if the first stage is a sprint stage, which he
Okay.
did, which is a cool honor. He will never hold on to it. A sprinter will never hold on to it. But they get to wear it for a day,
Dang.
maybe a couple days.
Okay, I'm into it now.
So right now, yellow jersey is Matthew van der Poel. So he's the GC leader after stage 3.
Any
guy-
Americans?
Yes, there
Was
are
it Jasper or no? That's a very American
I think he's
name.
Belgium or Netherlands. I can't remember. So actually one of the top teams, Jumbo-Visma, I don't know if it's Jumbo anymore, but Visma is one of their top domestiques, is what
Okay.
they call so every team has one leader and everybody else is kind of a domestique that helps him and guides him and leads him and clears the path for him. One of the top riders is an American, I believe it's Matej. Let me see, I can't remember his name off the top of my head. We'll think of it.
Yeah.
You're dialed in.
Now I'm just researching the Tour de France.
It's challenging to watch right now because usually in the past it's been on NBC Sports, but NBC Sports is not a thing anymore. So you have to watch it on Peacock.
Yeah.
But the problem is like when I get to the office, I want to put it on as soon as I get to the office so I can kind of like watch it throughout the day and kind of tune in and out of it. It's like one of those great like background fodder noises, things that you can kind of get like dip in and out of, kind of like the NFL draft. But it has to, the actual coverage has to end and be over for like an hour for NBC Sports to let you go back and watch it from the beginning.
That's so dumb.
Yeah, it's dumb. So like you can't even start it till like.
Is there
1
like
p.m.
a
This man really does have it up on his computer right
yeah?
now.
Is there like a women's version of this, or is it like too hard?
No, there
'Cause
is. Yeah, there's
there
a women's
is?
version. Uh-huh. There's actually a.
You trying to bike?
No.
I don't know if it's the same route or
I'm
whatever.
just curious.
Absolutely
That's
not.
that's what
Nah.
they say when they take off. They're like, let's bike.
Oh yeah.
But you were asking
That's
about it. It is. It's 21 stages.
Yeah.
They get 2 or 3 rest days. There's 21 stages, and almost every stage is over 100-mile long.
Yeah.
And this is like they're going up hills. They're doing sprint. Every stage.
I mean,
is a
there are
little
literally
different.
mountains in France.
So like it
Oh,
is
yeah.
it's a
The Alps.
Yeah, there's
a
mountain.
Do they go
stages.
through the Alps?
yeah.
That's
they,
crazy.
Yeah, they go. Yeah, there's a couple of mountains they do every year, but then they do different mountain stages.
That's real athletic.
So like the mountain stages are super exciting because that's when like the GCs, the leaders, like
Yeah.
that's when the top leaders attack each other, and that's when like that's where it's
Do they try to like knock each other off their bikes?
no, but in sprints you will see them like headbutting and like shouldering each other to like get lanes for the
That's
sprints.
crazy.
Yeah, it's cool. No, they don't like.
What if they like chuck someone off a mountain on accident?
Do y'all remember that old video game? It was called
Then I'd watch.
Right?
Road Rage or Road Rash.
Yeah.
Y'all remember? It was a motor. You were
Yeah,
on
yeah, yeah, yeah.
motorcycles and you
Yeah.
had like chains and whips and you were hitting the people.
Oh,
next
that
to
sounds
you.
fun.
That'd
Yeah.
be sick.
Yeah.
Now,
Like a
if
real
you can
version of
implement that
Yeah.
into the tour, I'm in.
Yeah. Did y'all start? I told y'all to watch the documentary. Y'all started it? Anybody?
Yeah, where is it?
See, what had happened was-
Crickets.
I was kind of busy.
Uh-huh.
I actually don't remember this conversation. Where is the
I
documentary?
do, it's on Netflix,
Netflix.
right? Yeah.
Netflix. Okay.
It's like
what
one
is
of
it
the,
called?
it's like one of those good like sports
Sport,
like
yeah.
the F1s and
oh, and like
Full Swing.
full
The
swing.
Derby
yeah,
one.
full swing. Yeah,
Okay.
it's just like that.
What's it called?
I don't even know.
God, this guy.
Wow.
Wow.
I don't know. It's the Tour de France documentary. There's one.
It's that
Wheel.
one.
I mean, yeah, but like if I'm trying
Yeah,
to search it,
Will.
I need the
It's called Let's Ride.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay. Yeah. All right, guys.
just bike.
All right, guys. I'm
Cycle.
sure. It just takes one little quick Google. It's called Tour de France Unchained.
No, it's not.
Unchained.
Let's go.
Hell yeah.
chain
Netflix
came
has
off the
really good sports documentaries.
Have y'all
they're
seen?
great.
Have
A
y'all
lot
seen the
of the
little
ones
clip
that
of
I've seen.
the Joe Burrow quarterback where he's trying to pick
No.
out his clothes?
Wait, is he gonna
Is
have
it
like
out?
a doc?
No, so they're
no,
bringing
it's
QB back. Remember they did
Oh,
QB
okay.
and
And
receiver.
Joe Burrow's on it.
They're back. It's him, Goff, Cousins again for some reason.
Hey, whoa, because it's Kirk Thuggins, okay?
Cousins is nice.
Who's the other one?
He's very boring and he's not a starter anymore. So I'm
Right.
just
Chill,
That's kind of
chill.
fair.
Jared Goff.
But he was the
So
best
it's Jared
part.
Goff, Kirk Cousins, and Joe
and
Burrow.
There might be another one, but those are the three.
I think I'm sold.
I think you were sold at Burrow.
True.
Yeah. Let's don't play games. I think we all know
I
that.
do like
response
Jared
was-
Goff, too,
Your
though.
response
Yeah,
was
I like all
Burrow
three.
has a documentary, so I think
Yeah,
she's in.
true.
I think she
True.
doesn't really need to know the other two.
Bookmarked.
True. I know LT LaDainian Tomlinson is he's getting a Netflix doc as well. I don't know how
What a
many
stud.
episodes it is.
For what?
Maybe like 6. I think just like his career, his path, and how it all played out and everything. So I do know that's coming out. That's as close as we'll ever get to having fullback. That's as close because I'm sure he's going to talk about Low
if
Daddy,
we
Low
want
Neil a
fullback,
bunch.
we got to make fullback. We could make like a little parody.
I've talked about that as an idea. I've talked about don't call it a comeback as an idea. Like I really think that show could really work. It was you've got a group of 12 players that are all known names from the NFL. Now, not superstars, but known names. Like guys that played, were vested veterans in the NFL, and a casual fan would know, oh, yeah, I remember that guy. All right, you get 12 of those guys, all right? And they got to be retired for like 2 years, at least 2 years. And you give them 3 months to get ready. And during that get ready period, you're filming all of these older players that a lot of people know and love and whatever. And then you have the finale, right? So you're leading into them working, getting back into it. And the finale is whoever wins the competition gets a 1-year guaranteed UFL contract. Guaranteed like $500,000.
Okay.
They get the UFL contract.
They all have to be the same position then.
No, it's like just different competitions. We'll come up with some crazy ideas. Really, no linemen. No offense to you, linemen. I love you. Probably skill players. Probably a lot of running backs, linebackers, receivers, quarterback.
You may not have watched this. Michael Irvin did this one time.
It was average Joe's though.
Yes, yeah.
Like
I'm
that.
talking about
Average Joes.
like Bobby
Oh, it wasn't for
Carpenter
that.
is in my
Well,
show.
if
Don't
you
call it a
remember-
comeback. EJ's in my
What's
show.
his name?
Maybe us
Andrew-
two goofballs are in the show.
Andrew
Hell
Hawkins,
yeah.
who's on NFL Network
Right.
now, and did that. Like he made it from
Yeah.
that show. So it was basically like he did like college guys that had either gotten hurt or passed over that never made it to the NFL
Right.
before.
Which was cool. I watched
yeah,
that.
he took like 10, the Cowboys facility, Final Four, and then like Jerry picked one at the end, and like
but this is like
they made
you
them-
know these names.
yeah,
I hate
Like
to
Jarvis
say
Landry. Like Jarvis had a great career.
that'd be one.
Kind of, been out for the game for a little bit. Give him a couple of months to go train. Get on a
AB.
reality TV show. Hey, you got to add some entertainment,
Yeah.
right? Don't call it a comeback, and you get a
I hate to say it, if
year-long
you throw me
UFL
in this,
contract,
your boy can still spin it. Y'all might not have
I
a
hate
shot.
to say that.
I hate to say this.
and you get $500,000
Do you?
guaranteed.
You hate to
I
say
hate
it?
to say it. Y'all, if it's a skills competition, y'all got no shot.
So that's my pilot. If you want to pick it up, hit us up.
Dude, the shows
Y'all want
they
to be
pick
executive
up.
producers?
Yeah.
The shows they pick up.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
This would be way better.
Yes.
Executive is like more money than just a regular
Yeah.
producer, right?
Right. Yeah.
But how-
Like you have stock in
what
it.
kind of
Yeah.
drama
Yeah.
are we creating now? Like, what kind of?
That's where AB comes in.
Yeah, AB.
Bobby Carpenter in the weight room trying to max and doesn't hit his goal weight. Like that's
Yeah.
gonna be
Le'Veon
drama.
Bell
He's
can
gonna
make an appearance.
I
Somebody
say you
like
just
that.
you throw everybody on a UFL training camp or off season.
we put them all in the same house.
Yeah, because put them in the
God.
same house.
Yeah.
They got to go to different teams. Like, pack up their lunch and go to practice.
How
A
about
lot
we
of
turn
drama
it
comes
into
from
like
injuries.
a
There's
competition?
definitely gonna be
show
lots of
sort
injuries.
thing?
Gonna be a
we're
lot
all
of
old.
injuries.
True.
A lot of injuries.
A lot of Achilles. A lot
Maybe
of
it's because I'm
hammies.
watching Love Island right now, but what if we like vote them out or they vote each other out?
Oh yeah.
Or if they
There's
fail
gotta
a
be drama like
challenge,
that
they
for
got to
sure.
leave the house.
Yeah.
That's how
Yeah.
you create
That's all
the
a part
drama.
of it, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
That was part of your
That's kind of like
competition thing.
That's kind of like
Yeah, yeah.
That's kind of like Survivor. Like you got to be good, but you can't be too good.
Yeah.
Or you
I
get
like
voted
it.
off quick.
This is way better than half the things on TV right
No
now.
doubt.
Like
Maybe,
I'm
like-
scrolling Max last night, and there is a real show titled F Boy Island
That's so stupid.
okay. All right.
and F Girl Island.
Oh wow.
So
Do
they
they
didn't want
ever-
to
Different
discriminate
shows.
one way or the other. Yeah.
Do they ever like come together on the same island?
Believe it or
And
not,
then
I
you
didn't
have-
click on it.
F boy and girl island?
Believe it or not,
That's
didn't
called
click
What
on
about
it.
like, okay, so what if on the Don't Call It a Comeback show, so on Love Island, they drop bombshells in there? What
Okay.
if we drop like an OnlyFans model that they've all talked to? And
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
like all of a sudden she just shows up in the
I like that.
house.
Yeah.
'Cause there's
Maybe a
probably quite
couple of
few.
them.
Hey, wait a minute.
wow.
You talked with him too. Wait.
Like,
what?
hold up.
I'm not the. What?
Hold up.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. There might be a
Can
lot
I
of
pull you
like,
for a
With
chat?
football players, there might just be a lot of high fiving. I don't know.
Yeah, bro.
You too.
Oh, sweet.
Eskimo bros.
All right.
Oh,
So
good.
throughout the show, let's just come up with like a quarterback, a running back, a receiver, a linebacker, a safety, a corner, the most diabolical person
Okay,
that you
Stephon
could
Diggs.
put
Okay,
on the
I'm-
show.
Oh, but I guess he's still,
still
playing.
playing.
Yeah.
I'll go linebacker because
right.
I've already got it.
All right. Well, let's
I got a quarterback.
I do too.
Yes.
Let's go ahead.
I think we
We'll
all
come
got a
up. We'll
quarterback.
come up with those last chance UFL. I like that too. All right, we will step away for the first time. We will get this thing started when we come back. It is OTB here on this Tuesday morning.
Off the bench.
There's going to be some cold Dos Equis in that Don't Call It a Comeback house.
I think the house would be sponsored.
There's
by Dos
no
Equis.
doubt about it. There'll be a fridge full, and that fridge will get eliminated pretty quick. But you should always go for Dos because it's never a bad time, no matter what the situation is, right? Watching the ball game, check. You're at the pool, check. You're at the beach, like double, check. You're at the lake, it might even be a triple, check. It is always a great time to go into the fridge and grab that ice cold Dos Equis. Drink Dos Equis. Go for Dos. Drink responsibly.
A wise coach once told Jacob and I, and the rest of the team at LSU, don't try to drink every beer in Baton Rouge because they're just going to make more. So don't try to do it. But if you are going to drink some beers and responsibly drink them, go for Dos. Pick up a Dos Equis, a cold Mexican lager. Oh, it's delicious. Ice cold in a frosty mug with a fresh squeezed lime. Go for Dos. Drink responsibly. Drink Dos Equis.
From players to legends, Hester and Flynn break down LSU football like only champions can.
Listen. I woke up this morning and heard the TV saying something about disaster in the world, and it made me wonder where I'm going. There's so much darkness in the world, but I see beauty left in you, girl. And what you give me lets me know that I'll be alright. 'Cause if your love was all I had in this life, well, that would be enough until the end of time.
See, today's going to be a good day. All JT.
Every day is a good day.
It is because you're
Yesterday
here.
was a little.
But yesterday's a little.
We
it was a Monday.
admit it was
Yeah,
a
it was
little.
a Monday.
I was on an
After-
hour of sleep.
Yeah, it's a long break.
Yeah.
The good Lord blessed us with opening our eyes in the morning,
Yeah, true. You're right. Perspective.
breath in our lungs,
Incredible voices
Yeah,
to
incredible
sing.
voices.
I mean, we just hit that.
we did.
I would. We all have pretty darn good voices. Maybe the best voices.
Songbirds of our
on the
generation.
station.
Yeah. I feel like we could definitively say that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I mean, y'all heard our
dear
dear Delandra.
Yeah.
Delandra.
Y'all heard
Pretty
that.
good.
Heard that
Do we have-
harmony.
do we have the technology in studio to auto tune
I mean, I could probably figure it out.
like T-Pain?
Turn you on to T-Pain?
Mm-hmm. Turn it on to T-Pain.
And T-Pain didn't even need it,
No.
True.
which is crazy.
The
Yeah, you ever hear of it?
sing.
It's like live concerts.
Yeah.
Will
He just
sing.
wanted
I'm
to
like,
sound cool.
And I mean, look, we
he
all
did.
bought it.
Yeah.
We bought it.
I mean, it was like
Sounded
a
great.
bang.
oh, dude,
Like,
as a 10-year-old listening
It's
to T-Pain,
iconic.
I'm like,
Yeah.
how does he sound like that? Like, how does he do it?
Yeah.
Like, I bought into it.
Was T-Pain the one that rhymed Wisconsin?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we played it
Manson.
last
That
week.
was him.
yeah,
Legend.
legend.
That's a look. That's a JT song. We can play that again today.
Who's also on.
True.
I'm on a boat.
Yeah.
It's a classic.
I think we forget how good that song really is.
I think we also forget what we used to get away with at 6 to 8. We play songs like that.
We played one song by Andy Samberg and Justin Timberlake.
We did.
No way.
We did.
We didn't know if we could, so live on air we cold called Gordy and asked him if we could play it.
We said,
And he
"Hey,
was like,
can
yeah."
we play
He's like, "Sure, yeah, why not?"
Blank in the Box? He goes, yeah, shoot. Go for it. We're like,
All right.
all right.
Gordy don't give a.
And we did.
So we
About
played it.
7:30 at night. Nobody really cared.
No,
Like,
true.
all right.
Nobody
Let it
was.
rip.
Yeah. Nobody was gonna call the FCC. Like, guys.
Y'all
All
remember
8
that,
of them that worked there.
y'all remember that South Park episode where
No.
it became legal on basic cable to say the S word,
Yeah.
and they decided it had like just become okay,
Okay.
and so they had a counter at the top, kind of like a dead body count, like in an action movie.
Yeah, yeah.
It was how many times they could say the S word.
Oh,
And-
that's where you got it from.
yeah. Mm-hmm. But it was, always pushing the envelope over there at South Park.
So you have dropped one. Alondra, have
So
you
mine's
ever
just at one.
cursed on air? Because
No.
I got,
No.
when I say incredibly close to saying the F word,
No.
I mean, I said some syllables of it and didn't finish
Yeah.
it. It's whenever LSU had hired Brian Kelly, there were some people that kind of down on it, whatever. And so I was trying to, kind of go over the resume and go over the record. And I think at the end, I was like, let's blank and go. And oh boy,
It's hard to not.
I
say
mean,
that
It's
sometimes
so
when you get
hard.
Fired up.
I did almost call.
I caught myself at the very end.
I did almost call Flynn a little B the other day during Dear Delandra.
This one?
Yeah. And then because remember he was being
be this
sensitive,
That's what I was saying.
calling like my boss,
Yeah,
my
the
like
prez.
the boss
Yeah.
boss, Lil B. But I also one time on a hot mic asked Bill Franca as if he needed a Xanax. So
I remember you telling me
Yeah.
that. Yeah. It's
Which
not,
is-
it's
it's
not
like-
quite T-Bob's hot mic situation.
oh
but
man, that one's bad.
Yeah.
Which if you know Bill, he does
You
not need a
actually-
Xanax.
No, he does not. You can say the B word. It just has to be
like
with an ing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Tate, I'm sure you've never got this, actually.
Multiple. The one I was telling y'all the other day.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
like Jacob Beck's second day working here. He had to do
Oh, yeah.
AFR because Moscona's out, Muso's hosting, and it wasn't Beck's fault. Like Wide Orbit just froze. Like it'll do that from time to time. So it freezes,
Yeah.
and me and Moose were chatting about something during the segment, and Beck forgot to turn my mic off. And Muso's like, "Oh crap, it's frozen." And came over here, and I said, "The amount of S in this room that doesn't work
Yeah.
is so ridiculous." And then it got all picked up.
Yeah.
People had a little fun with that one, and I feel like there was another time probably, but
I
think-
remember.
I think I-
during T-Bob's, I'm calling him. I'm calling Rivers. I'm calling like everybody. Like at that time, I was like, "Hot mic, it's hot," because it was extended.
Very hot.
Oh
It
boy,
was spicy.
it was spicy.
I'm pretty sure I dropped an F-bomb on the late night show one time. Like I was talking about a backup quarterback or something. I was getting fired up
Yeah.
about it.
Oh,
Can't remember who it was.
on late night radio. Like there was.
I mean, it
What
just
are
like came
rules?
out. I was just getting fired up about it,
Yeah.
and it was just like one of those
Yeah.
LFG situations.
Yeah, those will get you.
Those will get you.
That's where you get in trouble. That's where you get in trouble. All right. I mean, might as well go ahead and get this thing started.
It's time to get glowing, courtesy of GoFlow IV Spa, where hydration, vitamins, and a summer-ready glow are always on tap. Now, for starters.
All right, we're going to get this thing started. Thanks to GoFlow IV Spa. GoFlowIV.com is the website. Go visit them today. You can book your appointment right there on the website. You know it is right on Jefferson near Bocage. Right behind me, you see it, 225-953-8150. This summer heat isn't going anywhere. You know it. I know it. We all know it. So go ahead and get hydrated. Go see them. If you've got a difficult workout and you've already had it, you can go and get replenished there on the back end as well. So go see them today. GoFlow IV.
Yeah, there's very few things in the world that like work immediately. IVs do. Go see them. GoFlow IV Spa. GoFlowIV.com to see what they can do. See what they can help you. See their menu of services. Get hydrated. Get vitamized. Whatever it is. Feel better. Look better. Be better this summer. GoFlowIV.com.
All right, so with Media Day on the horizon, we were trying to think, Flynn and I were trying to think of a question that we wanted to ask whoever sat down with us. Like we wanted to have one core question, okay, no matter who it is, no matter who sits down, this is what we're going with. And I think we landed on, do you know who Jonathan Moxon is? How do we feel about that? Because
What high school team did John?
well, there's no way they're getting that.
You don't think so?
That will be a bonus question. If they know who Mox is, then we ask them which high school he played quarterback for.
I feel like if you know who he is, you know the high school though.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. You would hope so.
they
Yeah.
do say it a lot in the movie.
How many players do we think are going to know the answer to that?
How many do y'all
question?
normally
Is
get?
it 3 per team?
It's 3 players per team, but for the morning show, we'll probably interview 10 players.
I think 3.
That's a
I think
okay.
3
Wait,
out
what
of
was the
10.
question?
If they know who Jonathan Moxon is.
Oh, how many of them are?
Do you know who Jonathan Moxon
Yeah,
is?
Varsity Blues.
Okay, thank God. You scared me for a
I
little bit.
have it on DVD.
I know.
Oh, boy.
You scared me for just a
from
little
Texas.
bit. I know you are. I know. Like, so I didn't even question it at
Yeah.
first, but then you're like, what's it? I'm like, hold up. Wait a minute. All right. Yeah. That's the
I
question.
just wasn't
How many
listening.
actually know who he is?
Man, I feel like if you actually, I don't know because I never played
I need
football.
the
But like
list.
if you played football, you've seen Varsity Blues, right?
Right? Have to.
Yeah.
I would think so.
Let me tell you something. I'm going to be honest with you. If our QB1 doesn't get it, I'm going to be highly disappointed.
Garrett knows. Not only is he a
has to.
QB, he's from Texas. The movie was based out of there.
Yeah.
Garrett knows.
I'm going to say, though, like, in that kind of situation where you're definitely not thinking about that question, it's because it's going to be like a snap question. It's going to be like just right at the end, hey, who's Jonathan Moxon?
Oh, hey, real quick. Hey, before you get out of here. Who's Jonathan Moxon?
Are they going to be able to, like, he might know it. Is it going to be one of those situations where they can't recall it and they're like, oh, man, I can't remember. Ooh, who is that? Who is that? And then it's over and they walk off. They're in the elevator. And I was like,
That's why I'm going 3 out of 10. Like, I think more know it than that. I think 3 will know it well enough to answer it on the spot.
3, I think the over-under is probably set at 2.5.
Yeah.
I think we're going to be a little disappointed, crew. It's okay.
I'm going to tell you, if there is a team where their players do know it,
like all 3 across the board.
I'm jumping on that
All
bandwagon.
right, so let me tell you, if it's Nussmeier and Whit Weeks, which I assume it's going to be, I don't know, they're both going to know it.
That's 2 right there.
Now, who the third player for LSU is, that's going to be very important because they go 3 for 3, natty. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
That's guaranteed.
It was Perk last
That
year.
ain't no guess.
It was Perk, Nussmeier, and who was the third?
Josh Williams.
Yes.
Yeah, it was Josh.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Josh.
Who also would have known. He's from the Houston area. Josh would have known that.
I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt that he would have known. All right, it's important.
Well, Perk
I
from
feel
Texas,
really good
too.
about
Perk would have
too.
known.
Who do you think the third one's going to be? Definitely Witt, Nuss. Who else has like leadership?
Do we always
qualities?
take older guys?
I tell you who I would like to see it be.
Could be.
I would really like it to be Jacoby and Guillory.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
He's been here 6 years. He's come off multiple bad injuries. He's stuck around. Like I would like for it to be Guillory. Will it be? I don't know. But
Jordan Gilbert maybe in that category of veteran player.
He's a veteran guy. Stamps maybe. This is his 3rd year, hopefully playing significant time.
Could be Aaron Anderson.
Anderson is another.
I love watching Aaron Anderson.
Yeah, I
The
like
good
him.
thing is, guys, we got candidates.
Oh yeah.
It means you got some veteran players that are back.
That's a good
And you
point.
can debate who the third player would be.
So what should we ask the coaches?
Do you know who Jeff Levy
I
is?
was just about to say the same thing.
That's like, because I don't. Do you know who this is?
Smart.
I keep hearing
can
about
you
this
tell me?
Levy guy. Could you tell me who he is?
There's no way.
What
he's a
high
real
school
person.
did Jeff Levy go to?
Oof. Yep.
I need to know who all.
Jacob, you're actually thinking about it?
I
like
need
you
the
know
list so that I can like deep dive on these people and give y'all some crazy ass facts about them, so you can Nardwar them
Well,
or like Sean
I
Evans.
haven't seen.
them.
They
Sean
haven't.
Evans is a
They
great
haven't
guy.
announced it yet.
I know.
I'm
Yeah, I
thinking
know.
end of the day today has gotta be right.
Yeah, because we got.
Has to be.
I gotta get
got
these
research.
laminations going.
You're less than a week.
I know.
You laminate your index cards?
Oh, Elijah, you never
Do you
seen
have
the
an
setup?
at-home laminator?
You got dang right I do.
I got one in my office.
Yeah, I got a
Pretty
laminator. That's what I do my play sheets with for football. But
Because you can dry erase on them.
You can. That's exactly why you do it. Yeah, you get a dry erase marker, and
Makes
there's
sense.
no doubt I will have a lamination, and it will have note cards within the lamination.
That's a good idea. I just came up with it.
What?
Let's laminate some just football formations.
Oh,
And then tell them to drop their draw their favorite play
oh,
against
yes.
what defense. Tell me why.
Or get like a little whiteboard.
Well, I like that because there's gonna be a lot of QBs there too.
Take a
like
little
I would
whiteboard.
imagine.
Or draw up your own play and tell them. Oh, I guess they wouldn't. No, actually.
You could for a defender, you could do that.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm drawing up this 2-man route combination
Right.
on both sides.
You're
What
here,
would you
who
do to
you
stop
got?
it?
Hey, let's spitball
Ooh.
this. Let's spitball this idea. Should we get one of those just like 2 foot, 18 by 24 dry erase boards?
I don't know how big. You
I
can
mean,
get
you can get one.
It doesn't have to be that big.
I was thinking like a little handheld one.
Now we're gonna make Rivers roll that son of a gun in there
All
every
right.
day.
I'm
We're
down
going for
with
the
that.
8
Hey, we need you to roll in
I
the
was
big
thinking
whiteboard because we're gonna
standard sheet
draw
of
some
paper,
plays
just
up on
formation.
there.
Yeah, I like this.
I like that too. Great idea.
An idea,
You
man.
know, when just 4 heads get together like
He's
this.
not only the king of hydration, he's a
King
king
of
of
ideas.
ideas.
Idea, man.
All right, so when we come back, you mentioned Caden Durham, being a name that, hey, maybe he goes to Media Day. I do want to talk about the running game because you said it yesterday. It wasn't where it needs to be. And it wasn't because of Caden Durham. There was a lot of factors that played into it. You had an offensive line that was really good in pass protection, but they did struggle in the run game. What can you do as a play caller to be diverse and be creative in your play calling? We'll break down kind of what their runs were a year ago, what we expect, and Caden Durham also fully healthy now. Had, some issues with his foot, basically the entire season, but certainly the entire back half of the season because Garrett Nussmeier was great last year. Imagine if he had a running game to go with the weapons that he has. We'll talk about it next when we come back here on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com. All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com is the website. If you're looking to buy new, if you're looking to lease, if you're looking to rent, they are the go-to place because if you've got summer vacation still to go, maybe you're taking it a little bit later than everyone else, or maybe you got one of those final weekend volleyball tournaments that you're going to and you're like, man, we've got so much extra stuff. There's no way that our vehicle is going to be comfortable. Per day rental prices, rent a Toyota for a week. 8 days, 10 days, whatever it might be. Per day rental prices again. Go to All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com.
Yeah, I tell you all this, and when I grew up, my older sisters, their first car driving out, they both had Toyotas. Why? Because they're dependable and they're safe. So if you're in the market for yourself, for a family, for a loved one, go see what they can do for you. Go see what cars they have in stock right now. Rent, lease, own, whatever it is. All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com.
Way I'm looking at you, whatever. Keep looking at me. You're scared now, right?
Tigers turn talkers. This is Off the Bench.
Feel good, right? Listen. I kinda noticed something one night in your colorful face. It's kinda weird to me since you're so fine. If it's up to me, your face will change. If you smile, then that should set the tone.
All right, welcome back in OTB here on this Tuesday morning. Talked about it yesterday. Talked about it a little bit today. The LSU running game. What did it look like a year ago? Well, you had some quality backs. You had Caden Durham. You had Josh Williams. But you were wanting a little bit more, and you felt like there was more in there. And I thought the running backs actually did a nice job for what was given to them, what was in front of them. I thought they did a nice job. There was times where they did, like Caden Durham took the South Carolina game over. Like he kind of willed you to victory in that game. I think the running back room, if Caden Durham can stay healthy, is exactly where you want it to be. Now you've got some young players, some very talented players, some very highly rated players behind there. And we've said it before. If there's any position that can translate from high school football to college football and be a quick transition, it is the running back position. The good Lord either made you to run the football or he didn't. He either made you to be able to read a blocking scheme or he didn't. That's just the way I believe it. It's the way I've always believed it. LSU's got a couple of really nice ones. You got Caleb Jackson still there on the squad as well as a veteran player. We'll see what his development and his growth looks like as well.
I remember, so I went to a training camp practice last year, and I was watching a scrimmage.
Yep.
And I didn't know who it was at the time. I didn't know it was Caleb Jackson running the ball.
You texted me, who's number 28?
I said, who is number 28? And I was like, oh, my God, he nearly killed a guy. He ran somebody over in the open field, and it was a linebacker, too. It wasn't a DB. Was it Witt?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Sorry, Witt. Didn't know that was you. Wasn't going to call you out, but, man, he did. He ran him over and was so impressive on that one drive that I went on. And you know, at the time you had mentioned that really talented, got all the skills in the world, kind of struggled with some ball security issues. So I would expect
some vision issues.
And some vision issues, yeah. I would expect that vision is one of those things that you either have it naturally.
Yeah. It's
hard to gain, but you can gain it. Like you can get better at it. But if you don't have it naturally, it's always going to be kind of an uphill battle challenge. And you would know it better than me. You had great vision, and it was just a natural thing for you. But you certainly played with very talented running backs that didn't have that, right?
Yeah,
but you can get it, and you can hit some home runs too with it. If you read it right and you understand, and have to have a really good offensive line coach and a good running back.
You have to allow what is blocked in front of you to be the starter, right? Because you can't hit the home runs, hit your head on the goalpost like we talk about if you don't respect the blocking scheme. Like, that's what gets the play started. Now, once you get to the second level, then your athletic ability can take over. Your dynamic playmaking ability in the open field can take over. But if you try to do that from the get-go, which LSU's had some running backs in the past that have been incredibly talented, but they've done that, that's the one thing that is difficult to go from high school to college, because in high school, you were given the football and you just halfway pressed it and then just bounced it outside and went to the house. You can't do that in this league.
Like in high school, you can bounce it outside and beat everybody to the edge.
Yes.
But let's also step back and say, let's also not hit our running backs too hard on the vision aspect, because our running game in blocking last year did not create clear reads and clear paths. So it was kind of a challenge. It was a little bit of like a guess, or like, man, nothing's clearing up for me, so I'm just going to have to put my head down and run through the B gap and see what I can get. So we didn't make clear blocking lanes. And so that is one thing that, as LSU fans, we have to hope we're improving at, is not only the way we block things, but schematically. What plays are we calling and what downs? How are we?
They ran inside zone, to your point, 47% of the time.
And when you do that, when you're running too much of one or two certain plays, especially in very specific down and distances, like we were very predictable when it came to the must-need situations. Now, you can get a little creative. It's easier in first and second down when the offense on regular down and distance, regular situations, then you can get a little bit more creative because the defense doesn't really know what's happening. But when push came to shove last year, when we needed a half a yard or we needed 1 yard or whatever it was, third or fourth down, there was not that many plays we were calling.
Yeah.
And so the defense only has one thing to respond to. Right. They watch film, they get prepared, and you base your game plan, you base how your instincts, how you play, how you attack the blocker, which shoulder I'm attacking on the blocker, how I'm ripping his arms. Like, what am I doing? Where are my eyes in the backfield as I'm attacking the shoulder of an offensive lineman? What am I reading? And when you're predictable, and you can be predictable if you got some badass dudes blocking, right?
Yeah.
We did it when we played. Teams do it all the time. Like, we're running it. I know we're running it. Let's see who can win. But we just didn't win those. So that was easy. So as LSU fans, we got to hope that the creativity gets a little bit better. But of course, we got to hope that. And I'm not trying to knock anybody, because our offensive line last year was amazing at pass blocking, and that's what they were there for. Like, if you're an offensive coordinator or a head coach and you say these guys are incredible at pass blocking, but maybe not the best run blocking unit that we've ever had, that's a sacrifice you make for that pass blocking, especially with a quarterback and receiving core like we had last year. So,
one of the things that as a running back, I can't imagine what it would be like. Okay, so you're running all these things out of shotgun, right? And that's what's in vogue. That's what everybody does. Nobody gets under center anymore. I get that. I understand it. But also, like, when you're running inside zone as much as you did a year ago, with no threat of your quarterback pulling that zone, you take away something that makes that play a good play. Now, when you had Jaden, they did a really nice job. You could run inside zone. Even if he didn't pull it, you were terrified that number 5 was going to pull it. Well, that's not who Garrett Nussmeier is, and that is okay. But when you run that play over and over again with no threat, well, you don't have to worry about it. You got one thing you hone in on.
Yep.
It is the running back. Because if I'm a backside guy, and calling the games last year, I started pointing it out time and time again, that backside end that you leave unblocked, who has to be responsible for the quarterback, by about game 6, he said, oh, the hell with this. I'm just going to go like a bat out of hell towards the running back.
Sure. Because
Nussmeier's not going to pull it. And I think Nuss did maybe 3 times total last year. And so, like, that's another portion that's going to go against your running game. And then as a running back, when you're running zone out of gun, you're turning your shoulders to the sideline, which in football you're never supposed to do, to get the handoff. So your eyes are off of the defensive line, reading your keys. And then once you turn back, your momentum's been going sideways when their momentum's been going north and south. Then you got to turn your shoulders. You're kind of stopped basically at this point. Then you got to refine wherever your key was. Like, when we were playing and we were in I formation or if we were in ace formation, for me, I'm at running back. I'm at 7.5 yards. I am open step, crossover, and I'm trusting Matt to get me the football. That's his responsibility. I'm not even looking at Matt. I'm looking at the 3 technique or whatever my read might be on that play. And so when Matt gives me the football, I'm downhill full speed. And I'm ready to make my cut, inside, outside, straight, like whatever it might be. So that's a portion of it too. If you're going to be in gun, get into some pistol looks.
Yeah, I would hope that if we're going to stay in gun, which nothing would ever tell me that it's not going to, like 99% of the snaps going to be in gun, because that's just college football right now, and it drives me crazy. But that we would go to more pistol looks. It allows you to get in more. Well, like you said, it allows the running back to have better vision, better momentum, and run more basic running plays, old school, like normal football plays. But like to your point on the Garrett, so I hear that all the time from people around town. I hear it in the chat. Like, Nuss has to pull the ball at least once a game. Has to, because I don't agree with that. And this is why I don't agree with it, because just don't run the play. Don't run a zone read where you're unblocking. With Garrett's he's not a runner. That's not what he does. Right. We're not going to threaten it. I know we want to pull it, just pull it to create the threat. If you're a defensive coordinator and Garrett Nussmeier pulls it one time and makes 7 yards, I'm still telling that defensive end, go attack the running back. Because Garrett Nussmeier is not going to beat our team with his legs. Right. Just don't run the play. Did Tom Brady run zone read? Did Drew Brees run zone read? No, they didn't. No. Just get creative. Do normal running plays out of gun. Don't put that play. Like, I know, I get it. I saw the same thing everybody else did. Oh, my God, that was a pull read, blah, blah, blah. Why didn't he pull it? He's got to. Yeah, but when you think about it, there are plenty of more plays out there, running plays, to call than a zone read. It's not what he does. It's not what this offense should be. There's plenty of other ways to get to it. And I wish that more colleges would kind of adopt. So the NFL is going back to a lot more under center. The best offenses in the NFL. So in the world, Niners, Packers, Chiefs, Bills, they are all implementing way
Chargers,
more underneath the center. Chargers as well. They're doing it too. Yeah. So a lot of gun, but when you think of like, oh, it's Josh Allen or whatever, Patrick Mahomes, they got to be in gun as much as college kids are. Yeah. No, they're getting under center a ton. Why? Because it creates the threat. It creates the threat of run. When a quarterback can turn his back to the line of scrimmage, it hides the ball for a split second. Yeah. What does that do to the defense?
Freezes.
It creates doubt.
Yeah.
Who's got the ball? Where is it? Who's he going to give it to? It creates doubt. I love gun. Don't get me wrong. And I think I wanted to be in gun more, but you have to be under center some. Yep. Or I wish they do. I'm not going to say half because college football is a different game. But I'm just going to tell you the best offenses in the world are implementing it more and more and more.
All right. We'll close up hour number 1 when we come back on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to pelicanroof.com. That is Pelican Roofing and pelicanroof.com. When you go to the website, 5-star reviews right there. First thing you see, it is a trusted roofing company in Lafayette, a trusted roofing company in Baton Rouge. They are boots on the ground in both locations. They're not driving back and forth. No, they are there in those local communities. And when you go to the website, again, pelicanroof.com, one of my favorite things to do is you got the instant roof quote, top right corner. So if you own a business, or certainly if it's at your home and you need a new roof, or you're just wondering, okay, I got a couple places here, but I want an entire new roof. You put your address in, it gives you a quote right there, right? Because it draws that outline of your space. Go to the website today, pelicanroof.com.
Quality. You ever had something done where you're just not getting the attention? Well, they're going to dedicate a project manager just to your job. Go see what they can do for you. 0% financing as well. Pelicanroof.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce to you
2007 champs, purple and gold to the core. This is Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn, Baton Rouge's go-to for all things Louisiana sports.
Justin. All the way from Memphis, Tennessee. And he got something special for y'all tonight. He gonna sing a song for y'all about this girl. Come in right here. Yeah. Come on. On that sunny day, didn't know I'd meet such a beautiful.
All right, welcome back in OTB. We did mention that LSU ran inside zone 47% of the time. We talked about this the other day, but somebody was asking on X. It was inside zone 47% of the time, outside zone 14% of the time, a man scheme 4% of the time. Power, only 8 powers the entire season for 2%, 77 counters, which was 22%, 5 draws, which only was 1% of your running plays, and a little pull lead 15 times, which was 4% of your running plays. And they had like 5 trick plays, so probably a reverse
I'd like
of some
to see
sort.
the stats on like first half of the season. So like first 6 games, what was inside zone?
I can give it to you. Take some time.
It was probably like 80%.
Feels like it.
I mean, we got
They started running counter.
Yeah,
Counter
we started
was their
getting more
change
creative, and it worked, right? And inside, don't get me wrong, inside zone is a great play. Just
out of ace formation.
Ace formation.
I just don't love it.
Did we told Alondra last week we were going to teach her what 11 and 12 personnel was?
Oh, we can.
I'm down.
All right, we're going to learn.
We're going to learn all the things.
We'll learn the number system.
I want to be like, I don't know.
We'll talk a little chalk talk today.
Yeah, I want to be like
next hour. We'll tell y'all what that means. The 11, 12, 30 personnel, all that stuff.
I want to be a certified ball knower.
All right.
All right, we'll get you.
Off the bench.
Well, what's funny is Gulf Coast Office Products is now on the team, and we are getting one of the interactive whiteboards in our office that they offer.
Shout out to Trey.
When I tell you that we are so incredibly fired up for that, we're going to be able to really dive into the nitty-gritty of it. We're going to be able to share that with you as well, and that is thanks to Gulf Coast.
It's going to be the interactive TV whiteboard, obviously sponsored by Gulf Coast Office Products.
Can't wait.
But we're going to be able to like throw film up there, draw stuff up on the film. It's going to be incredible. So big props. Excited about that.
No question about it, man. That's just one of the many things that they can do for you. They are the #1 copy machine dealer and printer distributor in the state of Louisiana, multiple locations. We are so fired up. They are on Team OTB.
Gulf Coast.
When it comes to